The rise of Bitcoin, a digital revolution. A small apartment night camera zooms in on a dimly lit room. Papers, scribbles, and computer screens are scattered everywhere. A young man, Alex, sits at his desk, staring at lines of code on his monitor. His eyes reflect the glow of the screen. In the late 2000s, when the world was grappling with a financial crisis that sent shockwaves through every economy, a quiet revolution was taking place in the shadows. Unbeknownst to most, a new form of currency was about to change everything. A digital currency. Its name, Bitcoin. A bustling city street that people rush by, glued to their smartphones. On giant electronic billboards, news flashes, banks collapse, financial panic grips the nation. But amid the chaos, there's a flicker of something different, a brief glimpse of the Bitcoin symbol, created by an unknown figure under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin was designed to be a decentralized form of money free from government control, free from the manipulation of banks. Its birth marked the dawn of a new era in finance, one fueled by technology and a deep distrust of traditional systems. A coffee shop. Alex sits in a quiet corner, typing on his laptop. He sips his coffee, deep in thought. His screen shows a Bitcoin wallet. With a balance of 50 BTC, a friend, Chris, slides into the seat across from him. Chris asks, "What are you working on so intensely?" Alex says it's this new thing called Bitcoin. Digital money. No middleman, no banks, no borders. Chris raises an eyebrow. Christen's sketchy, like something from a sci-fi movie. Alex, maybe, but it's real. I've already mined a few coins. In those early days, Bitcoin was a curiosity, a fringe idea entertained by only a few tech-savvy enthusiasts. Its potential was seen by some, but most dismissed it as a fad or a scam. A graphic of the Bitcoin blockchain. Bitcoin's underlying technology, the blockchain, was revolutionary. It was a decentralized ledger, a digital record that couldn't be tampered with or altered by any single entity. Transactions were verified by a network of computers around the world. This ensured transparency and trust in a world where trust was often in short supply. A small pizzeria. DAY2010 customer, Laszlo, walks into the pizzeria. He approaches the counter. Laszlo asks, "Can I buy the pizzas with Bitcoin?" The cashier looks confused, but after a brief conversation, they agree. Laszlo hands over 10,000 BTC on his laptop. In 2010, a man named Laszlo Hanyuch made the first known Bitcoin purchase, 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. At the time, it seemed insignificant, but years later, those 10,000 coins would be worth millions. A newsroom. DAY2013 A news anchor sits at a desk, reporting. News anchor. Bitcoin has crossed the $1,000 mark for the first time, sparking debates about the future of money. Is this the beginning of a new financial era? Or just another bubble waiting to burst?
A bank boardroom. Executives sit around a polished table, looking uneasy as they discuss Bitcoin. Bank CEO. This digital currency, it's a threat. It bypasses us entirely. We need to understand this or we'll be left behind. As Bitcoin's value soared, it caught the attention of the world. Some saw it as the future of finance, a way to give power back to the people. Others, especially in the traditional financial world, saw it as a threat, a destabilizing force that could disrupt everything they knew. Large Conference Room 2017. A large Bitcoin conference is underway. Crowds of people gather, exchanging ideas and discussing the latest innovations. Among them is Alex, now more experienced, talking with a group of investors. Alex says the potential here is limitless. Bitcoin isn't just about money. It's about freedom. No government control, no central authority. Just people, peer-to-peer. The investors nod, intrigued. In 2017, Bitcoin exploded into the mainstream. Its value skyrocketed to nearly $20,000 per coin. People who had once dismissed it now scrambled to get in. It was no longer just a curiosity, it was a global phenomenon. A government office. Politicians sit around a table discussing the rise of cryptocurrencies. Politician 1 says, "We need regulations. If Bitcoin continues like this, it could destabilize our entire economy." Politician 2 asks, "But how do you regulate something that doesn't belong to any country?" As Bitcoin grew, governments around the world began to take notice. Some embraced it, seeing it as a way to modernize their economies. Others saw it as a threat, a potential tool for money laundering, tax evasion, and even funding criminal enterprises. A small house to 021. Alex is older now, watching the news in his living room. Bitcoin has once again reached new heights, surpassing $60,000 per coin. The camera zooms in on his face, filled with a mix of pride and disbelief. In 2021, Bitcoin reached new heights, fueled by institutional investors, tech giants, and growing public interest. It was no longer just for the tech-savvy, it was a household name. But with that growth came new challenges, environmental concerns, extreme volatility, and debates over whether Bitcoin was truly a currency or merely a speculative asset. A Conference Room 2024. Alex is giving a keynote speech at a Bitcoin conference. The room is filled with eager faces, young and old, all looking to him for wisdom. Alex says, "When I first got involved in Bitcoin, it was just an experiment, a dream. But today, it's clear that this is more than just digital money. Bitcoin is an idea that the power of money should belong to the people, not to institutions or governments." He pauses, scanning the crowd. Alex continues, "Bitcoin has shown us that we can rethink what money is. But the revolution doesn't stop here. We're only at the beginning. The question now is, how will we shape the future?"